everybody, and welcome to another guide. This guide's going to be for Awakening Hash. Let's get right into it. For your lock skills, we're going to do Locked Evasion, of course, and that's pretty much it. Over to skill enhancements, we're going to go with Prophecy Blade for our first Rabam, Mirage Assault. I really don't use this one at all, to be honest, and Sand Tornado. I use this one a ton. So there's only two buffs that I really keep up, my attack speed buff and my AP buff. My AP buff comes from hitting right mouse button after Sin Splitter. That's kind of the best way that I like to do it, just to weave it in between all the super armors. And my second one is going to be left mouse button after a dash, which is Sand Slicer, which puts you in pre-awakened. This gives you a 10% attack speed buff. And the most important out of all three buffs is going to be your class buff here. It's plus 20 AP, plus 30% crit rate, plus 15% accuracy rate, plus 20% attack speed, and plus 15% crit damage. And it also has super armor. It's everything. Just hit shift Q and you have a massive buff. There's a few quick slots that I like to run. The first one here is your Rabams Sand Tornado. That's just very good for movement. Second one here is All's Breath. Put a bunch of tornadoes and it just gives you super armor, puts you into pre-awaken. Third one here is going to be your second Rabam, your Prophecy Blade, or super armor. And your fourth one is Descent. This is just another way to get you back into pre-awakening. For your awakening movement options, you have four good ones here. Shift plus Direction, which is Sand Warp, and then W plus F, which is Paradise Surge, and you also have W plus RMB, which is Sin Splitter, and then Sand Tornado from the Quickslot. This puts you in pre-awakening, which you also have a few options once you get into pre-awakening. So if you want to, you could do left mouse button and right mouse button, just to get your attack speed buff up, and then get some lingering super armor at the end. Or you could also do something like WRMB and the left mouse button and the right mouse button. That is also a good combo, just to linger. Here, the last thing is swapping between your pre-awakening and awakening stances. My favorite two options for doing that are if you're in pre-awakening, which most of your skills like your Rabams and everything put you in pre-awakening, then all you have to do is shift plus direction. This does Sand Warp, which puts you back into awakening. The other option for going back into awakening from pre-awakening is to C-swap, and my favorite one is to do A plus C, which does this, which sets up for a really nice grab attempt if somebody's coming in. For CCs, you're kind of limited on options in Awakening, but luckily Pre-Awakening has a few for you. The main two that I use are Shift F in Awakening, which my core uses for knockdown, and then in Pre-Awakening, I use WRMB for the float. Then I also use Spacebar. Another thing to keep in mind for catches with this class does have a block jump. So whenever you have your AP buff active, if you hit E, you'll do a block jump and consume the whole stack and deal the damage, and it'll also apply a float. This is very unprotected though, so I kind of throw this out whenever I have a hard read.